Hello everyone, this is Jill Miano and now I'm going to share and discuss with you the information that I have researched about USA's national defense or military and law enforcement. So first let us define national defense. So it is the nation's use of military, economic and political power to maintain survival. So it means protection or the act of guarding the state or the nation against possible internal or external threats. United States Department of Defense. It is an executive division of the U.S. federal government responsible for ensuring national security and supervising U.S. military forces. It was formed in 1947 by an act of Congress combining the War and Navy Department. So this department engages in warfighting, humanitarian aid, peacekeeping, disaster relief, and homeland security while simultaneously performing functions necessary to effectively support the soldiers, sailors, airmen, and marines and their families. Armed Forces. The Army, Marine Corps, Navy, Air Force, Space Force, and Coast Guard are the armed forces of the United States. The Army National Guard and the Air National Guard are reserved components of their services and operate in part under state authority. The Department of Defense mission is to provide the military forces needed to deter war and to protect the security of the United States. Core values: leadership, professionalism, technical know-how. And these are also the emphasized special core values by the Department of Defense: duty, integrity, ethics, honor, courage, and loyalty. Strategic goals. So there are 5 strategic goals defined by the Department of Defense. First, defeat adversaries, deter war, and defend the nation. Next, sustain and ready force to meet mission needs. Third, strengthen and enhance the health and effectiveness of the total workforce. Fourth, achieve dominant capabilities through innovation and technical excellence. And the fifth is reform and reshape the defense institution. The Secretary priorities of the U.S. Department of Defense. The Department of Defense is focused on the following areas: defend the nation, succeed through teamwork, take care of the people. And these are the leaders of the U.S. Department of Defense. So Secretary of Defense is Lloyd J. Austin III, and he is the current Secretary of Defense who sworn in on January 22, 2021. His main responsibility as the Secretary of Defense is to oversee the Defense Department and acts as the principal defense policymaker and advisor. Deputy Secretary of Defense Kathleen H. Hicks. Chairman of the Joint Chiefs of Staff Army General Mark A. Milley. Vice Chairman of the Joint Chiefs of Staff Navy Admiral Christopher W. Grady. Their headquarters is called the Pentagon because of its shape. It has 5 sides and it is located in Arlington, Virginia, just outside Washington, D.C. So military and law enforcement. Law enforcement is not a traditional military skill. Rather, police forces are usually entrusted with enforcing domestic criminal law under highly prescribed legislative regimes that ensure appropriate due process. The U.S. Army or Air Force involvement in internal law enforcement is generally prohibited under Posse Comitatus Act. So what is Posse Comitatus Act? It is a Latin phrase which means the power of the country. It states that Whoever, except in cases and under circumstances expressly authorized by the Constitution or Act of Congress, willfully uses any part of the Army or the Air Force as a posse comitatus or otherwise to execute the law shall be fined under this title or imprisoned not more than 2 years, or both. So this means that members of the military who are subject to the law may not participate in civilian law enforcement unless doing so is expressly authorized by law. Are all members of the military covered by the Posse Comitatus Act? No, only the federal military personnel are covered. While the Posse Comitatus Act refers only to the Army and Air Force, a different state should extend the same rule to the Navy and the Marine Corps. The Coast Guard, though part of the Federal Armed Forces, has expressed statutory authority to perform law enforcement and is not bound by the Posse Comitatus Act. And also, members of the National Guard report to their state or territory's governors, so they are rarely covered by the Posse Comitatus Act, but when they are called into federal service, they are bound by the Posse Comitatus Act until they are returned to state control. So I think that would be all. Thank you so much, everyone, and God bless us all.